that gratuitous violence, yuck! This is why I don't like TV today.
Violence ups the dramatic effect.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for TV shows you should be watching if you're a fan of Amazon Prime's Invincible.
There, see? Now he'll tell me everything.
Okay, but you're gonna catch him, right?
Yeah.
Number 10, The Awesomes. It may not have the same levels of violence as Invincible, but Hulu's The Awesomes does feature its own uniquely comedic look at superheroes. It follows a replacement team of heroes after the original group breaks up. Sounds like the new Guardians of the Globe from Invincible, only here the original team wasn't horrifically murdered by one of their allies.
I guess I better turn my head now and see how Gadget Gal is doing with that giant wombat. Aww.
Wombat tired of mine a trifle!
The show focuses on how the populace and media see them as they struggle to make their dynamic work. Co-created by Seth Meyers, it also stars a cavalcade of hilarious talent like Bill Hader, Rashida Jones, and Kenan Thompson.
I thought you were too worried about Gadget Gal to hear origin stories.
Gadget Gal is going to die, and we should just come to terms with that.
Although its plot lines are much lighter than others on our list, it is still worth your time.
No matter how fast I run, I'll never outrun my greatest enemy, myself, because we run the same speed.
Number 9, The Venture Brothers. Often and correctly thought of as one of the greatest Adult Swim shows ever, The Venture Brothers should delight fans of Invincible.
A ninja! Quick, team! Deploy the JUDO!
It chronicles the adventures of the Venture family and leans much more heavily into parody.
Yeah, but I'm clearly Lando Calrissian here. His weapons are smoldering sexuality and a rakish smuggler's charm. So I'll seduce the Wampa, and then I'll sell you out to the Empire.
The show was created to not only pay homage to, but also to make fun of sci-fi cartoons and superhero comics of the 1960s. While it has a wildly different tone to Invincible, it does focus on similar themes, and even features a serious moment or two. We get elements of generational trauma and trying to distance oneself from your parents' actions, similar to Mark's journey in his show. With fantastic writing and animation, The Venture Brothers is definitely one to check out.
Wipe their pink little minds and send them back home like I told you.
They discover us every other week. I can't keep doing that. It's starting to make them buggy.
Number 8, One Punch Man.
何者だお前は
趣味でヒーローをやっているものだ。
If you're a fan of stunning fight sequences, over-the-top villains, and surprising twists, well, there's probably a few anime you should be watching. But for one with superheroes, we'd recommend One Punch Man.
イライラしてんだから邪魔すんじゃねえ。殴るぞ。
After training relentlessly for years, Saitama has enough power to strike down any foe in a single blow, contrasting with his completely average appearance. With so much power, the series comically plays with his motivations while still featuring deadly villains and persistent heroes. In fact, it becomes a bit of a game to watch and see how long people can last before they're punched into oblivion. One Punch Man manages to make the lead character insanely powerful, yet still has high stakes.
その通りだがお前は誰だ来てよかった
Number 7, Hitmonkey. While Marvel has been filling its world with new heroes through Disney Plus shows, Hulu has given us the adventures of a little-known character known as Hitmonkey. As its name suggests, the show follows a monkey who works as an assassin. And it brings all the absurd violence you would expect from that premise.
Whoa, looks like the general was losing his battle with debt. Because of the bills. Because he owes money. Honestly, I feel like these are wasted on you.
With inspiration from Japanese animation and an extremely macabre sense of humor, Hitmonkey sees the title character take on a criminal underworld alongside the ghost of a spy voiced by Jason Sudeikis.
Keep going, I got you. Oh, it's right, I'm a ghost.
It's as witty and silly as it is violent, which is to say very. Despite a lead that doesn't talk, the show manages to make you root for Hitmonkey beyond him being an outlet for carnage. Number 6, Primal. To be fair, there's a lot of work from animator extraordinaire Genndy Tartakovsky that should be right up the alley of Invincible fans. However, none of them features the same levels of brutality as Primal. Set in a world that injects a prehistoric setting with elements of fantasy, it follows a caveman and his T-Rex friend trying to survive against whatever they come up against. Despite that sounding like a kid's cartoon, Primal can get incredibly dark, and we aren't just referring to its violence. The show also examines losing loved ones in incredibly traumatic ways and perseverance against untold despair, things that should certainly resonate with Invincible viewers. Number 5. Todd McFarlane's Spawn. In an era when most superhero shows were made for kids, or at most whole families, Todd McFarlane's Spawn walked so shows like Invincible could run. After being betrayed and killed by a former ally, assassin Al Simmons makes a pact in hell. He returns to the living world, but as the walking corpse known as Spawn.
Okay, mouth, speak. Who took her?
The series is exceptionally dark, in everything from its plot lines to its grim art style. It's also vicious, as Spawn isn't the type of hero to really care about a criminal's well-being. And the character was voiced flawlessly by Keith David.
Why don't you tell me who I am? Tell me. Tell me who I am!
Spawn and Invincible have a bit more in common, as they both came from Image Comics. Number 4. Castlevania.
Pack and go, and do not look back.
In adapting Konami's popular video game series, Netflix brought plenty of gore and story depth to what was initially fairly light. Following the death of his wife at the hands of the church, Dracula wages war on all humanity. Only a small group of heroes stands in the way of his nightmarish creatures and vampiric generals. The adaptation has been praised for its gothic focus and crisp fight sequences, which feature plenty of jaw-dropping flair. The half-vampire Alucard's arc, as he stands against his father's acts, is particularly good.
No longer Adrian Tepesh. Choosing to be Alucard of Wallachia. The name of my mother's people.
The whole show is a visceral tale of good versus evil, with every combatant, minor and major, showcasing glorious magic or deadly combat prowess. Number 3. The Legend of Vox Makina.
Oh, goody.
For bigger heroes and even bigger adventures, it doesn't get much better than The Legend of Vox Makina. Based on the campaigns of Dungeons & Dragons web series Critical Role, it follows the titular group as they attempt to bring peace to the land. However, making that much harder are vampires, dragons, and all manner of power-hungry warriors. The built-in chemistry between the cast translates wonderfully into an animated format, making every performance stronger than the last.
I've always wanted to try this.
And because it's based on D&D, you feel the highs of every natural 20 and the despair of every natural 1. There's a real sense of urgency and camaraderie that even most superhero teams can't match.
Safe to say you've sent Vox Machina to their doom?
Doom? We don't know the meaning of the word.
Well, I certainly don't.
Number 2. Harley Quinn.
And I haven't seen an evil rising star like you since, well, since me.
Simply put, if you want another hilariously violent superhero cartoon, you need to be watching Harley Quinn. HBO's animated series focuses on the anti-hero's struggle to make a name for herself following a nasty breakup with the Joker. And while the character has grown increasingly popular in recent years, this series is one of the strongest iterations.
This weirdo is all gross and obsessed with his dumb, dying wife.
Some might call that love.
Whatever.
With animation reminiscent of the groundbreaking Batman series of the 90s, just with a ton of bloodshed and biting humor, Harley Quinn is a thrill to watch. It also has a stellar voice cast. Performances from Kaylee Cuoco as Harley and Alan Tudyk as both Joker and Clayface are especially great.
Puddin', even for you, that's a lot of maniacal giggling.
The world of DC hasn't been this much fun in years. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Boys. Although it's the only live-action series on our list, there are just too many similar elements between both shows to ignore. In fact, chances are pretty good that if you like Invincible, you've already seen all of The Boys. Not only do both shows feature excellent parodies of DC's Justice League, but they also both examine themes of power and corruption, just with superheroes.
Ashley, don't look at him, look at me. Ashley! Look at me.
Sorry.
Not only that, but they both overflow with brutal fights, plenty of gore, and shocking twists that you will never see coming.
That's good, right?
It is fantastic.
The Boys became an instant hit upon release, and has only continued to climb the pop culture ladder, with 2 spin-offs already released, one of which is even animated.
But let's be honest, it's not really a competition, is it?
What show would you recommend to Invincible fans? Share them with us in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more great videos.
Think, Mark!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.